CT side start for Mousesports, where all things are good and comfortable. Couple of smokes as well. Zeus on Robs. This is mad. What is this buy? He's going to sit close to ramp with the Zeus. We see him here with the Deagle a lot on low economy rounds because you can just spam it and do 50 and 2 and take down players with only a couple of shots. But with a Zeus in the pistol, that is a bit of a gamble. I love to see it.
That's so weird. Like, I like it, but that means that, like, what, Chris J's dropped it over?
Yep.
That's so odd, man. Dropping a Zeus in the pistol. I mean, I want it to work because it's mad, but it definitely shouldn't. And I'll be kind of upset if it does, especially if Navi never even hit the B site, which certainly looks like it's going to be the case right now. It's going to be Navi creeping in through Ivy and Main. Going to be a bit of a pain here. Simple on the entry. Flash goes round. Carrigan's off the angle. Going to try and take that back up now. Spots Electronic, but he doesn't know that Simple is already out. And Electronic dispatches of Carrigan with ease. Frozen is over here in pop while Rops is dropping in up above, but actually gets dropped himself by Flamey. Now they've just heard that USP.
Trying to go back up.
Trying to, but he couldn't reach the ladder. And down goes Chris J. Frozen.
Don't count them out here, Frankie.
I'm going to count them out on this one.
Hey, you know, that's your funeral, and maybe Navi's too. We'll have to see.
It is my funeral indeed, actually, because we've seen Mouse, they've got the trademark Deagles in hand. Watford doing amazing things on that scout in the conversion round in the first map, so maybe I'm going to be eating my words just about now.
No. So damn close, so damn close. The timing was almost there, Frankie. We all heard it, we all saw it. But sadly, the aim punch there was what betrayed Woxic. As he's about to nail that shot, his aim gets sent to the stars. Well, Stralis nowhere to be found. Chris J not going to give us a Bubsky-esque performance over here in pop either, as it's a bit of a barbecue. Flamey burning him out, living up to his name. Carrigan does come in with a Deagle in response, and now we have this 4-on-4. Smoke going into the A site, and one down here at Ivy. That nade finds good damage. Simple goes through the smoke and actually wraps into CT. Mousesports are surely not going to be ready for that, so Simple could do a hell of a lot. He deals with Woxic. I didn't know if Frozen was looking up or down then. I thought he was looking at the sky. That was confusing.
Wow. It's not very blue out here in the train yard, sadly. It's a murky day.
Ooh, well, Frozen. Murky waters as he sits up in heaven. But this man is looking to be anything but angelic. There's the first drop. Followed up onto by... I want to see if Woxic can keep up his nuke performance, because he was looking good there. And Simple hadn't really had a lot of time to, like, get stuck in with the AWP yet. You want to catch Simple as he's approaching that near demonic form that we're used to. You know, you don't want to let him get into his final stage of evolution before you take him on. Woxic, he's posted up over here towards main. Frozen this time down in a pop. That molly forces him back, but Frozen, living up to his name, isn't going to melt under the pressure of that Molotov, and is allowed to stick around here. Carrigan, close to the smoke, dealing with Electronic. That's the Ivy player gone now. While this is happening, Flamey and Boomich are slowly but surely looking to get a bit of progress in at B, and they actually get spotted, or at least Flamey does. Rop's here as well, and Boomich saw him on the ladder, definitely did, but he gets flashed by his teammate, almost a disaster. Chris J flashing over in the meantime leads to Rop's going down. He's closing the distance, deals with Boomich. Frozen's up through pop. This round is chaotic. Frozen now is either the thing that makes or breaks this round. Oh, there's the flick on a Perfecto. That's what he needed. He was getting wrapped. And now he's got this bomb trapped outside of B. They boost Simple up to try and deal with Frozen. But he's hidden back in the showers, raining down death right now. Flamey falls and Simple down through Pop Dog. Bomb on his back, 20 seconds left. Carrigan, long distance shooting, and he's going to pick it.
The early utility really found nothing. If anything, it came back to haunt Navi later with the ladder flank. So let's see if Simple goes a little more aggressive and tries to take kills away with his AWP. He's moving up Ivy earlier. Woxic is holding the line with his AWP. Very standard angle for Woxic. Carrigan close towards T-Con as a result. Simple's going to get run boosted in.
Alley-oop. There he goes. Woxic on the other side. And a smoke down. A no-show for Simple Roxic just yet. Perfecto. Oh, not ready for the repeat from Frozen. Now that you've seen Frozen, though, in main, you know that Pop is likely clear. This is normally his domain. They drop down into it, but he follows up with a nade, and so that's going to send them packing from Pop Dog. Still with this 2-2 split for Mouse, but they're eventually approaching the kind of timeline where they reconsider that, and they move Chris J back in through CT to hold on to Ivy. That frees up Frozen and Woxic to hold on to main and Pop. Ooh, we're going to need to see something special here. Frozen close, playing almost in like this anti-flash with Woxic drawing the attention away, and then Frozen close by, but Simple is...
He's got an arm bra going on, but I'm sorry, sir, if I'm not allowed to, you're not either.
Oh dear. Bad. Oh, perfecto. Fast out of Pop Dog. He took the spawn. There was no one there this time. Frozen was too busy watching main and trying to save his teammate. Late to the party, but in with double trades. And he's even going to go aggressive on 10 points of health. Big risk for Frozen. Eventually realizing and backing up towards the bomb train, using that E-box smoke to his advantage. Navi have slowed down. They're checking close. Flamey seems to suspect, and rightly so. If only he was a few seconds earlier. Chris is tucked in heaven. This is such a good position for holding that one Pop player down while not being exposed to anyone else. There's even a player on the bomb site. I don't know if he saw Electronic there, but Electronic's creeping closer, finding Woxic down old hell. He even escapes as well.
They're still creeping forward and Simple. Oh no, Chris J, I'm so sorry, man. He's just a little too wide and he was spotted by Simple. Now Frozen inside of the bomb site, desperate to reclaim that lost man. Rops is still all the way back in con. And
Simple, leg.
Simple, behind you. Oh,
baby.
Frozen, there's one, but Electronic trade.
Frozen on the site, but luckily Frozen's too low to actually kill the planter. There's a world where he wins the round off the back of that play, but yeah, 10 points of health. Player on the bomb plant gets off it. One bullet is all he needs, and it's going to break the money of Mousesports here. Back to Deagles, we've seen them do this before.
Unlucky. Gets smoked off over in Ivy as they stack two players up. Carrigan's going to get thrown up on the boost. Flash goes over. This is not an angle you're checking, surely, right? Electronic swings out, does get blindsided. Chris J tries to go through to capitalize and ends up giving up his life. Carrigan with the Deeg. What can he offer us now? He's going to reposition safely back into the bomb train. A bit more safety here for him. And safety's off, jury's out. What can Carrigan do here? Ultimately, not going to be a hell of a lot. He gets taken down by Boomich. And now for Frozen and Robs, these two going to struggle to play into this one very much. Looking like it will just be exit frags for Mousesports.
That's if they're allowed. Simple's hunting. Robs is looking the wrong way. Oh, that's a lovely little spot. Tucked in. Now, swing is going to work wonders. AK dropped. He can't go and retrieve that because those lines are being watched by Navi, but that's a great kill from Rops and Frozen. He's got so much more. He told Rops to tug because he's got a double. They line up, and Frozen might find a third. This round is still winnable after all. Is there time?
Oh, man, you got to love Chris J.
Wow. Navi, though, okay, yeah, they lose all their guns, but they still win the round. They still have the money for reinvestments. Flamey, he's been taking this AWP over Simple in some of these rounds. You know, typically in the post plants have been swapping out. That's interesting to see. He's going to get dropped by the Rops, though, above the train, close on B, doubling down. Nice start. That's going to leave Navi in such a rough spot. Train is a map where you really just struggle at getting out of these 3-on-5s. If you lose early gunfights, especially when it's not like, you know, you're rushing A, so at least you have some position. You you have some control and you get players out Olaf or towards the E-box. No, Navi is still in spawn and they're 2 men down with only 2 bits of utility. Like, this is the worst case scenario. And so there's really not a lot you can do. Mousesports can fan out a bit. They have control on A. They can play double B. And the Orbs are split. There's 3 of them now for Mousesports. Like, boy, oh boy, it's getting worse by the second for Navi. And these are the rounds that I just don't know how you're supposed to win with how well Mousesports can trade in this site. Smoke down the ramp can give Navi a chance, but they're just going to go in dry. Simple gets legged, but they will be able to cross to the site.
Yeah, they are closing the distance. They're looking to deal with these players out from Con as they get up through the lane. Karrigan smoked off now. Gonna try and play around it. Flash goes high. Karrigan goes through. Catches Perfecto. Does get traded by Simple, but it's still a huge advantage for Mouse. And now that they've dealt with Electronic, Simple is left in a very, very rough spot. 1v4. He needs the kills, and Wox6 holding down the...
Site, and into what? The third orb. They're finally going to get rid of one of them, though. It was about time. They're against Pistols.
Ooh, that one tag. I think Woxic would have heard that. Now knows that there's a man still aggressing in through Ivy. He's got that information. The rest of Navi are outside of B. They just want to go for the bomb plant. They lose Simple. His whole job was just to keep players over towards A. And while he has lived up to that, with him now falling, these rotations are going to come in very, very quickly. And with Chris J donning that AWP, as this execute looks to come on in, even if they get into the site, Frozen will just rush on in, likely to join up with Rops. Chris J can rotate in and watch the connector with the AWP. And they just crash into Navi. There's no way out of this one, guys. It's a 6.
And that just flipped the script. That gave Mousesports the crucial bit of money to actually get 7 at the end of their T half. And the same thing's happened here. Navi in full control. Like, don't get me wrong. They're going to win the half. This is excellent. This is great for Navi, but it could have been so much more. And yeah, it's a bit scary. Mousesports finding what could be a 4th round in a row near the end of the half. Back to the triple orb. It was by design. Let's see what they can do with it. I actually love this idea. Like, I'm not against it at all on a map like Train, where you're in a player, you know, you could just play safe and let them into the site, try and get 1 kill, fall off, reposition. You don't have to play inside of B and fight to your death and just get traded after 1 like so many Biancas do. So passive play for Robs, playing for the retake, and that's more than likely where we'll see Mousesports in this round, considering Navi are grouping 5 towards B. They've not done a proper 5-man B execute yet, and even though Mousesports haven't rotated one over, this is all going to be very telegraphed, and they're going to be ready for it.
Yeah, Rops kind of needs one though, right? Like this triple AWP in the retake, not what you want whatsoever. That Molotov going to force the peak from Perfecto, but Rops just misses the timing there. It's actually Chris J to take the advantage. And so now, like this triple AWP, even though it's not ideal, you're still able to start to move in, feeling kind of confident. The flash goes in, no peak on the back of it. Simple gets information, but Flamey's going to snipe the kill away from him. Closing the gap, Simple, quick flick to find Rops. This bomb has to get planted, 20 seconds. And Navi, using all the time they can, now start to plug in those numbers. Frozen, closing the gap, trying to get stuck in. Simple on the bomb train with Electronic nearby to help him. And a quick one tap from Frozen. Electronic and Flamey now. Tucked away. You hear a man on the ladder. Bomb tip. Electronic in with... It's a little bit scary because back on Nuke you didn't have like the terrifying duo of Electronic and Simple, and here that's not really the case. They're very much present, they're very much laying down the pain. Simple and Woxic might be about to have a bit of a head-to-head here. Woxic's homed in, fires the shot off through the smoke, gives up the orb, did find itself over towards Ivy, and it's going to stick around. Now, in the meantime, Rops is down here at the bottom of B ramp, hiding in a smoke. Perfecto's got his attention split between upper and lower. And with Flamey having just rotated away, that's going to give Rops some passage into this B site. Now, with players already being in, this is going to prompt a bit of a rotation, not just of one player. You see Flamey moving around. Electronic briefly shifted out of position as well, but he's gone back since to Ivy. Rops, how well can he sell this fake? That's the.
Does he know?
Hang on a moment. This is a problem for Chris J. Don't throw Chris J to the firing line. That's so unreasonable. Frozenov wants to get a couple of kills.
Pop kills from that position. That was a very messy round on both sides, but the result is there for Mouse, and Woxic quick flick to the leg of Simple. Players climbing on top of Red Train as well. Got to be very careful as Simple has the AWP. He's going back in for revenge.
Yeah, that's the CS equivalent of poking the bear, you know, like you haven't finished him off, and now Simple is just angry. He's looking for this kill. Electronic going aggressive as well, has Boomich alongside him, just tucked into the corner now. Carrigan doesn't check for it, and as a result, comes to pay the price. Chris J out and dispatched by Electronic. Woxic, there's a man beneath his crosshair. He's not going to